Hi, I'm so excited you're here. My name is Iram Saeed. I am actually the organizer and the founder for this transformation that you for this summit that you are registered for, Life Transformation Summit. I am so pleased, so honored that you chose to join us. I am also the host and founder of a global telesummit called From Heartache to Joy, which has been serving light workers and like-minded people like yourself for almost a decade now. We have a lot of free healing tools. We host a lot of some of the top energy healers from around the world on this summit all year round, and you get to receive a lot of healing tools and help almost on a daily basis. So if you have not already registered for that summit, please make sure you do so. Registration is free, and you, like I said, you get to receive a lot of free healing tools and help, and you get to meet amazing energy healers. It's at www.fromheartachetojoy.com. I am also the founder and host and teacher of a program, TSSC, which stands short for Telesummit Superstar Coaching Program. And if you're watching this session, that is why you're here. It is designed for energy healers to improve and to make their business a financial success. I know that this program was developed in 2012, and I know more than anybody else that energy healers, even if they are very gifted in their healing abilities, seem to have a very hard time financially. Getting their business up and running seems to be one of the biggest hurdles they have in order to share their gifts with the world, in order to really share these healing abilities with the people that they know in their heart they are meant to serve. And I know that this causes a lot of frustration in healers, because here they have this gift, and they know that this can really help people, and they know that they can get results, but they're just unable to do that because they don't have the reach, they don't have the platform, and they just don't know how to get in touch with people. Ever since majority of businesses have started moving online, this seems to become an even bigger problem, because there does exist a very large audience. And I can tell you from my personal experience, having worked with so many healers, that this market is growing. This market is growing on a daily basis. People are shifting from traditional methods to healing their life, whether it's in health or wealth or relationships, you name it. People are choosing spirituality and energy healing in a really big way. And it's the same frustration that they share as do the healers, that people don't know where to find the healers that are really gifted, that they can trust, that are masters at what they do. So our platform, From Heartache to Joy, actually serves a very, very important purpose, that we connect the people, thousands of people globally that have raised their hands and said, you know what? I have decided I want to use energy healing as a primary tool of transformation and healing in my life. And then we connect them with amazing healers that we are constantly looking for. And then we help connect these two. And it's just a beautiful win-win-win. It's a win for everybody. So today, what I'm going to do in this session, in this video session, this is a coaching session, so make sure you have paper and pen ready, because we're going to be, you're going to be taking a lot of notes, I can guarantee you that. And we're going to talk about some very important, three of the most important aspects that I feel are not only necessary for energy healers in their business, but I also feel that these are the aspects that you guys, majority of energy healers, feel that this is a challenge. For example, the first topic we're going to discuss is how do you go from doing what you do, the gifts that you have, the healing that you do, or the coaching that you do, and how to change that into online products. So how do we take what you have and convert it to something that can be sold online? That's number one. The second topic we're going to discuss is the ability of the ability to market. I know that majority of you actually are not great marketers. That's just the nature of energy healers. Nothing wrong with that. That's not the area of your genius zone. This is not your gift. It's okay. But what if I were to tell you that there is one marketing secret that if you got that right, you're probably already doing it, but you're not doing it correctly. But if you got that right, you wouldn't have to worry about how to sell yourself. Do you need to hire a marketing person? Who's going to write your sales copy? This one thing, if done correctly, can actually change your complete marketing right now, and that is testimonials. Majority of you are already used to getting testimonials or feedback from your clients, and I can tell you from my experience, after having coached hundreds of energy healers, that majority of you are not doing it correctly. It's a simple fix. Once I teach you what are the most important components of testimonials, how to get them, what is the best way, easiest way, so that your clients also don't feel pressured, this will change your conversions. I promise you that. The third thing we're going to talk about is, okay, so now you have a great product. You have also gotten great testimonials that are designed to help people feel compelled, that resonate with you, to actually take action and buy from you. The third, then, very important component is, how do you sell? If you don't have a list, if you don't have a huge presence on the internet, what do? How can you still get the ability to have a profitable business online? So I hope these topics excite you, because I am very excited to teach this. I've been teaching it for years, over a decade. I have been able to successfully launch literally healers that were in obscurity, that were not able to make ends meet. Some of them were even going through bankruptcy, and I helped one person in particular that was actually living out of her car. She had become homeless because she just could not meet the financial burdens that were on her life, and yet she was an extremely gifted healer. And once she went through our program, she was able to have revenues in 6 figures, no less, and was able to continue to have a successful business after that. So these are very, very, I would say, treat them as nuggets of gold, because these are time-tested, proven methods that have worked for many healers already. I teach that in my highly acclaimed TSSC program, and I'm going to be sharing these with you today in this session for free. So make sure you take notes. At the end, with your permission, I will also give information for those of you that are interested in going further and would like to get more information about TSSC. It is a highly exclusive, highly successful program, like I said, designed for healers to generate 6 figures in their income. I'll share that information with you towards the end. So let's get excited. I'm going to take a little break to drink some water, and then we will get started with the first session on how to convert what you already have into online products. All right, so let's get started. I have my notes here, and I want to begin with this notion that a lot of people don't understand, that when they come to me, they say, Iram, I do so many different things. I'm able to read the Akashic records, or I'm able to just do energy transmissions that can heal a person's physical issues and maybe eradicate pain, or I can do stuff that, that I'm an expert at healing inner child issues and people can find love again in their lives. There's so many, you name it. And we've had that on our platform, and I've coached people on how to get from where they are to being presented online. So one of the ways that it works is MP3s. Creating MP3s has been popular for a very long time. It is also one of the best ways to stop trading time for dollars. So if you created an MP3, whether it's coaching or and when I say MP3, I also mean MP4, so it can be a video or audio file. So you can do energy transmissions in the MP3 files, because people love to have something in audio that has energy transmission encoded in there. This can have sound. So some of my healers like to have some healing sounds in the background, like the running of water or birds or something. And some healers actually prefer to have no sound. So these are no sound MP3s, but they're loaded, encoded with some heavy duty energies, and people can play them on a loop. Our clients have also requested MP3s that have the music. So the same energy with and without sound also works great, because sometimes people want to play it in their house or in their office space, but they don't necessarily want other people to know that they are playing an energy file. So just find out from your clients. One of the best ways is to actually survey your clients and see what they are looking for, what they would prefer. So always look for feedback. MP3, MP4s were very, very popular a few years ago. They are still popular, but unless they create really dramatic results, then you will find that the price that you can charge for such digital files is not going to be as much. So what do I mean by that? If you have an MP3 that is guaranteed to eradicate pain, or it's going to reduce someone's pain as they listen to it, and you have testimonials with it, you know that it's going to work, you can attach a strong guarantee, you can charge a pretty decent amount of money for it. For example, anywhere from $97 to even $300, depending on how effective the MP3 is. We've sold such MP3s in the past, and they were very successful because people got results. Now, if your MP3, on the other hand, is some kind of a meditation, it is a process that helps to clean chakras. It is something that doesn't have a tangible result at the end. They're not as popular, and you're not going to be able to get as much price. I mean, people still might buy it, but the ability to command a higher price is directly proportional to tangible results. If your MP3 can get tangible results, then absolutely you can charge a higher price. Now, the next one that is my favorite that I have been able to help people transition into are group programs. Group programs are fantastic because, number one, they really give the healer the ability to, instead of engaging in one-on-one sessions, which is always going to limit the amount of money you can make, because how many sessions can you do in a day? That's always going to be limited. It's not scalable. In group sessions, however, majority of healers that are not affected by the energy of the group, which means if you're not affected, whether you have 10 people in a group or 1,000 people in a group, it doesn't drain you, then it's fantastic for you to actually create group programs, because people still love the energy of the group. They should make sure that they have enough interaction with you. They should have enough access to you where they still feel connected to you. The problem with some of the group programs I see is that they create these classes that are, they don't really allow the audience to interact with the healer much. And sometimes if you're very busy, then you can't help it. But the more interaction you allow in your group classes, the better you're going to find the response is going to be. Whether you create Facebook groups for a particular class and people can ask you questions. One of the favorite ways of doing group programs is doing like a weekly group class. So let's say it's a 3-month program. You can do anywhere from 1 month to 6-month programs. And you can have, if it's a 1-month program, of course, you would want to have at least 1 call a week. But if it's a 6-month program, you can space it out a bit, maybe 2 calls a month. The more robust the interaction with the healer, the better the program. Make sure that it is for a specific topic. The more specific you become, the better it is. It is counterintuitive, I know, because healers want to give everything. That's just their nature. They're givers. So they want to give everything in every single program, and that actually backfires. So the more specific you are, the better it's going to be. For example, if you are a medical intuitive and you can heal autoimmune issues, you can help people with bone issues, you can help people with, let's say, anti-aging, then don't create a program that covers all of these things in one go. Create a specific program. The more specific you can get, the better it is. So even in autoimmune, be more specific. Is it fibromyalgia that you're creating this program for? So the deeper you can go in each and every program with specificity, the better it's going to be, because it's going to resonate with the buyer more. So imagine yourself in the shoes of someone that's dealing with this debilitating autoimmune issue. So the more you can address what they are going through, their challenges, their pain, the issues that might be causing this particular challenge to show up in their lives. What are they missing? What can they hope to accomplish once that is resolved? The deeper you can go in with that, the better it's going to be for them. And the better your program is going to be. So that was the second type of program that you can do online. The third, which is still very popular, and I love it, and then I don't like it for a reason. So I'll tell you both. I love sessions. We're talking about one-on-one sessions. Now, for those of you that have never done online sessions, that can sometimes be a challenge, but I really encourage you to give it a try. I have personally coached healers that had never done any online session. They only did in-person session. That was very limiting, because you now have to wait for people that can physically come to your place of business and receive a session from you. And that is, like I said, very limiting. Now imagine if you can open yourself up to this online world. Now you can get global clients. And I can't tell you how fulfilling that becomes for healers that are truly gifted and want to help people. And when they find clients from around the world that are truly needing their help, it is just so fulfilling. It's amazing. So online sessions are very popular. And there are 4 ways that I can tell you in my business I have seen healers use that are the 4 most popular ways. One of them is Zoom. I love Zoom because it's video. It gives you the ability to do video, or you can turn off the video if you're not comfortable. It also gives you the ability to record. And sometimes recording the sessions is good for the client. Sometimes it's not. I know healers that don't want to record the session because they feel that once the healing began, at the end of the session, the energies are no longer relevant, and they don't want the person going back and watching it again and then reabsorbing those frequencies. So whatever works for you, if it can be recorded, that's of additional value to the client. They love having the recording so they can listen to it again, or if it's an audio, they can play it again. You can also use Skype. A lot of people have used Skype in the past. Skype, I'll tell you, does not have as good of a service or quality as Zoom. Zoom has become a favorite for many people because the connectivity is better, the quality of the videos is better, their service is better. I also use Instant Teleseminar to do my summit calls. I still love it. It's an audio platform because I don't want to have the distraction of the video when we're doing these calls and healing is taking place and people need to focus on themselves and go internally inside themselves. So I prefer doing those calls on Instant Teleseminar. And that's also a really good platform. Love their service. I've been using them since 2012. Look them up if that's something you want to do. I will caution you, if you do a lot of online sessions, there is a limit to how much of usage you're allowed. So make sure you look at that, because they have different levels of membership that you might want to consider then. Instant Teleseminar. Another really good platform to use is WhatsApp. It's free, it's cheap. I mean, it's free, so I can't even say it's cheap, it's free. It is widely used now globally. It's just become such an amazing tool to use. So, and you're not charged any international fees for calls because it's an online feature. So WhatsApp is also a really good app that you can use on your phone. You can talk to people, you can do sessions, you can also do video sessions, but it cannot be recorded. That's the only problem, that at the moment they don't have the ability to record your session, okay? So that was our third category, which is sessions. Why I don't like this too much for you guys is because while it's essential for you to have this as a component of your business, it is also not that scalable, because how many sessions can you do in a day? So one of the things I teach my students is that when you are at the building stage of your business, when you are starting out, you must offer sessions, because that's the way people are going to connect with you. And they must be affordable, because again, that's how you're going to build that base. People that are going to love working with you are going to continue to work with you. But in the beginning, you are going to need to offer sessions, and you're going to need to offer them at affordable prices. Now, your strategy needs to be that the more and more you build your business, that eventually you get to a point where you are charging higher for personal sessions, and that majority of your business is focused around those group type of programs that I've mentioned, and there are more coming up. So again, very important that you have a strategy. Ideally, how many sessions do you want to do in a week? In the beginning, you will need to do more, but then where would you like to be eventually, and how many group sessions then should you do in order to cover that, to meet that balance? So the way we price sessions, we typically, the most popular price on telesummits right now is they get some free bonuses plus a one-on-one session for about $147. This is typically shared with the revenues are shared by the healer and the summit. And then as they grow more popular, the price of the session is raised, because they just get so busy, they don't have time to do more sessions. And I've also coached my students. I've seen them go from starting at even $97 on the session price to charging even $10,000, $20,000 programs. And they don't charge anything less than $500 now for their private sessions, because they are so busy. And if they wanted to, they didn't have to have sessions as a part of their business, because the rest of it has grown so much. But they love working one-on-one with people still. So that's the value that they place on time with them. A couple of other group programs I want to mention is something that we love at our telesummit is remote healing programs. And these are various kinds where people just receive energy every single day. It could be a 2-week program, it could be a 6-month program, it can be a 12-month program, or even longer. And they're just receiving energy on a daily basis for a specific topic. This is very popular, people love it. We've also had remote healing programs where the healer is actually in touch with the people, letting them know what they worked on today, what came up for the group, whether it's for, let's say, calling in a soulmate, and it's a 3-month program, and whatever is coming up, the healer is working on those collective issues, sending them emails, letting them know this is what's being healed. It can be done in many different ways, and it is great because it doesn't the healer is not tied to a certain time where they have to deliver a call, where they have to be there, and it's less restrictive. But at the same time, it can be more work, because in the group work, remote work, they might be actually putting in more energy out. One thing I forgot to mention in the group classes that I talked about earlier was that when you do these classes, make sure that they are recorded, because if you are paying, if your customer, you can charge a premium price for when you deliver the classes live, but once you have the recordings, you can sell those recordings to the people that didn't buy at a lower price, because now it's not live, but it's still a great program, and it still has a lot of energy in there. Sometimes people charge the same price because the results are so fantastic that they feel that the energy is so strong that they still charge the same price. But definitely make sure that you record them and you can use them as a product, which could be placed on your website for ongoing sales. The fifth, really something that's become our favorite, and as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, I was the inventor of this kind of a retreat, because I love going to retreats. In my practice, and as a host of the Telesummit, I used to go to a lot of retreats, in-person retreats, and I love the immersive experience that comes with a retreat. You're just disconnected from the rest of the world. You're focused on what it is that you want to accomplish, and you have this immersive experience in a group and with the healers. So I love retreats. However, as my business grew, I became more and more busy, and I was not able to travel as much. So I realized, well, what if we could do this online? We could kind of create the same experience. It's the same group experience. It's the same immersive energies. You disconnect from the rest of the world and you're receiving healing for a certain topic, but you're doing it from the safety and the luxury of your own home, and you save a lot of money in travel expenses, and you will be able to do more that way. So we started online remote retreats, which have been fantastic. People love those. And the idea is the same. As I said, you could do these on Zoom, and Zoom is the best platform for it, in my opinion, because it can have hundreds of people on there. And you can be on video, but their videos can be turned off so that there's not a lot of distraction. Or you can, if it's a smaller group, you can turn on their videos too. We have done weekend retreats. So for example, if it was done on Saturday and Sunday, it would be 4 hours on Saturday, 4 hours on Sunday. And we give, people take breaks during the time, but it's 4 hours continuous. And by the time they're done, they've received all the healing and the energy that they wanted to for the retreat. Then you can also do a one-day retreat. So it can be done in any way that you want to. People love it. And it can be priced, again, based on the results. What is the promise? How specific is it? At the end of it, what are they going to accomplish? If you've done it before and you have results that you can showcase, you can charge more for it. So I hope this helps. These are the most popular kinds of programs that are available right now for online energy healing programs that are very valuable, and people love them. And believe me, there's a huge market for these. So I hope this helps you, and we're going to move on to the next session now. All right, so in this portion of our session, we're going to talk about testimonials. Like I said, if you are scared of marketing, if you feel that you just couldn't sell, even if your life depended on it, it's okay. Believe me, I have coached many healers that were terrified of sales and marketing, and they did amazingly well. One of the secrets to their success was testimonials. Now, I have a whole team in my program that actually works with the healers and coaching them and teaching them and actually helping with their clients, where we do all the work for them and we help ensure that we're getting the right kind of testimonials. But since we're not in TSSC right now, I'll try to teach you what are the main factors of getting quality testimonials, okay? So the number one thing you need to remember is the testimonial needs to be very specific. The biggest mistake I have seen healers make, and I still see it every day, is that when I ask them, when they're trying to join our program, and I ask them, okay, can you please send some client testimonials? The testimonials are gonna talk about how great the healer is as a person, how wonderful their energy is, how nurturing they are, how well they took care of them, and that it was amazing. And you would think this is a great testimonial, but actually it's not. Why? From a marketing perspective, it doesn't really do anything. If I am someone who's wondering, who's looking at your website, and I'm wondering, can this healer help me get past my physical pain issues? And I see all these testimonials that are talking about you being very loving, very nurturing, but I don't find anything about pain. I may or may not make a buying decision. But now let's say that I go to your website and you have testimonials and they're separated out, and there's one section that says pain. I'm immediately going to go to that, and then I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 case studies talking about how they were in pain, how bad the pain was, how they had tried different things, nothing had worked, and then they worked with this amazing healer and their pain went away or it got better. How quickly did it happen? How long did it take? So I get all of this information. By the time I've gone down to the third testimonial, I'm not going to be able to wait. I'm going to be like, I can keep reading this, but this is the healer for me. I need to work with them because they've helped so many other people with the exact issue that I have, and they've gotten results. I want to work with them. So specificity, very important. Be specific about what it is that you help them with and make sure it's mentioned in the testimonial. The second important component is tangible results. I kind of mentioned this a few minutes ago, and that is, can the testimonial show that this person was in pain before? So tangible meaning measurable. Let's say they mention my knee pain was so bad that on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst I could take, I was at a 12. Okay, now that gives the reader an idea that this person had a lot of knee pain. And then I worked with the healer, and then within 30 minutes or within 2 weeks or however long it took, my pain was down to a 0. It was non-existent. I could play soccer with my grandkids or whatever it was. I could go up and down the stairs without feeling any pain. Now you're talking about very measurable, tangible results. These are very important to put in there. Compare that to the kind of what I call a fluff testimonial, which is all about how nice and nurturing the healer was. Compare that to what I'm talking about now. And this is an important key part of marketing. And it's not that you're not being authentic. The results need to be real. You need to be authentic. But what you're doing is you are coaching your client to actually help you in a way that is going to benefit you. Because what I have found is that people that have worked with healers that are gifted and have gotten the results really, truly want to do something good for you in return. They really, truly want to write a great testimonial. They just don't know how, because just like you, they're not marketers. So one of the things that I teach my students that has worked really well is that perhaps now that if you have learned from this and you take notes and you really make this your Bible, number one, is it specific? Number two, does it talk about tangible results? Measurable, did it mention how long it took? And then number four, take out the irrelevant stuff. People love to sometimes just write about things that are not going to be relevant. They're going to bore the reader if it's a written testimonial. If it's an audio testimonial, they're going to lose interest if the person is just talking about themselves and they're talking about stuff that's irrelevant. So you take out the irrelevant stuff. And then you can write the testimonial yourself. You can ask the client's permission to say, if it's okay with you, you shared the results with me. I'm so happy that this was so helpful. Would it be okay for you if I wrote down an account of what you just said, and I'll send it back to you? And if you feel something needs to be changed, please feel free to edit. If not, let me know that I have your approval, and then I can use it as a testimonial. Now, what does that do? It does two things. You are going to be able to get the best quality testimonial that way, because you would be using these three very important rules that I've told you. Your client is not going to be able to do this because they don't know. They've not been trained in marketing. And number three, I can tell you from my personal experience, people have a huge reluctance to writing about their experience. They want to help you, but when it comes down to actually sitting down and writing something, you probably are nodding your head that yes, that happens with me. And you can remind them, you can send them polite reminders, and they're just not, it's not that they don't want to do it, but they get lazy, there's reluctance. When you go and offer them that I'm going to write the account and please let me know if that works, they're so grateful. They're going to go, oh, that is perfect, because they do want to help you. They do want to acknowledge how good you are. And then if you make this easy for them, they love you even more. At the end, always mention something like, I would highly recommend that if you have this issue of pain or whatever it is, that you work with healer XYZ, mention your name, she will help you. I can guarantee you that, or I'm confident that she can help you. So get the permission from the client. Is it okay if I write this? And majority of times they're going to say yes. I absolutely believe it. So hope you got a lot of value from this section, which was about testimonials. Like I said, this can totally change the way you do marketing right now, and your conversions can go up like you would not believe. Even 1 or 2 such testimonials are very effective. For my students, we require 20, but they actually have a team of my virtual assistants that work with them and actually help in receiving the testimonials, and we help with all of that. But that's because we're launching to a huge platform. But if your clients are used to you, they trust you, then even 1 or 2 such testimonials that are well worded can make all the difference. All right, good luck with this, and we're going to move on to the 3rd section, which is about how to sell. All right, we are moving on to the final section because you're probably wondering, okay, I have learned how to make killer products that people want that are going to sell. I have learned how to get killer testimonials that are amazing and they're going to compel people that resonate with that particular challenge to basically get to a point where it's a no-brainer. Like, why would you not buy or why would you not choose to work with this healer if you've got this challenge going on? So, okay, I've got that, but who do I sell to if I have no list? And I tell you, this is the biggest challenge that healers face, is the lack of traffic. Like, where do they go to sell their services? No matter how great of a healer you are, and you could be one of the most gifted healers in the world. I've come across many of them in my coaching program, and almost no clients. And it saddens me. And that's actually why I created TSSC, was to help address this problem exactly, because I used to see a lot of amazing healers that were struggling financially, and because they had so many financial worries, they were not really able to bring forth their gifts as they were meant to. And TSSC was born actually to solve that particular challenge. So I know the pain, I understand, I know where you're at. To be a successful online business holder, you have to have a list. You have to make this your number 1 goal, is to start getting opt-ins. Many healers spend a lot of money on getting fancy websites. I have had healers come through my program, my students, that told me they had spent $5,000, $10,000, even $20,000 on getting a website made. And when I reviewed it, I told them it was a waste of their money, because if a person comes to your website and there's a lot of great information and they're reading articles and it's really informative and that's all awesome, and they're spending a lot of time there, even a couple of hours, and they watch some of your videos, that's all great, they're very impressed, and then they leave your website without buying anything. Well, what good did that do? What good did it do to have all that content in there if A, it didn't sell, B, you didn't even get their name and email address, so you're never going to know who this person was who was actually impressed with what you do, and maybe they didn't need your services at that time, but had you stayed connected with them, they would have required your services at some time. So the most important function of the website needs to be either A, it's a selling website, so it's designed to sell products, or B, it collects opt-ins. Very important, because the bigger your list, the better chances you have of a successful business. So your number 1 goal needs to be to first get to about 500 people that are on your email list. When I say a list, I'm not talking about social media. Social media, you could have 1 million people following you and then launch a product and have no results. I've seen that. Of course, the opposite is true as well. Email list is the most valuable list. Having worked with some of the most, well-known and successful marketers, online marketers in the world, I can tell you There is nothing more valuable for an online marketer than an email list. So if you are kind of dividing your focus right now between how to spend your money, whether it's marketing dollars or whatever, please focus on developing an email opt-in list. That is how you're going to build your business, because once you have an email opt-in list of 500 people, you basically now have the license to print money. Truly, that's how it can be. You can create and launch programs based on the guidelines that I just gave you in the previous 2 sections. And you can do it even on a monthly basis, and know that there are going to be people that are going to be buying from you, and you're going to have sales, and there's going to be money coming in, and you won't have to worry about your financial issues, and you could focus on sharing your gifts of healing. So make it your goal to get a list of 500 people. Some of you may already have that, and congratulations and kudos to you for that. If you don't yet have it, it's okay, don't worry. One of the ways that you can develop a list is, I'll share 3 ways with you, okay? The first one is paid traffic, which means you buy ads. It's a very expensive way. Excuse me. We employ marketers whose sole job is to get us opt-ins on a daily basis, and they get us 1,000 opt-ins a day even sometimes. That's all they do. And I can tell you from having been in this business for years and having a successful online business that actually generates revenues in the millions. I'm not saying this to you to show off or to boast, but to tell you I know what I'm talking about. I have the experience. When I started with 0, big fat 0 on my list. And I did not do paid marketing till almost 2 years ago. So after having been in the business for almost a decade, I did not do paid marketing for a long time, simply because it's very difficult to get results. You have to hire an expert that knows what they're doing. You have to have copywriters. You have to then pay for ads, which is a cost on top of all of that. And then you have to have the ability to run this for at least 6 months, because it normally takes that long to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. Because very few times it happens that you launch your very first ad and it converts and it's successful. That's very, very rare. Normally your ad team, the expert, is going to create 100 different sets of ads just to offer one product, and then see which one is converting better and where are you getting the best bang for your buck. And then there's the science behind, looking at click-throughs and did they click to the ad, and then after that did they click to the offer, and after that did they actually buy or not. So that's a pretty long, drawn-out process, very costly. And in order to be successful, you have to have a lot of money set aside to be able to test, to be able to stay patient, not get scared, and hope that it's going to convert. So that's not my favorite method for you, right? If you're starting out, I would not recommend that you go down that route. The second way is social media. Now, I just told you a little while ago that the list on your social media is not important, or the number of people that you have following you is not important. And now I'm saying social media. Well, social media is still a great way to build an opt-in list, okay? So please understand the difference. Social media is there for people to socialize. That's the biggest mistake people make, is when they make an ad for someone to buy something. Again, if you're really good at marketing, you might be able to get away with that. But the best way I have found to build a big opt-in email list from social media is by offering a lot of really good free content on a regular basis that is going to compel people to share. So let's say you're an astrologer, and I have a friend who is an astrologer who's built a huge list doing this way, is that she just shares astrology tips on a daily or weekly basis. At first she started out daily, then she started doing weekly, and I believe now she's doing it monthly because her list has grown a lot. But once you start doing that, and in each video at the end, you ask them to join their your list or your newsletter, something where people are going to feel like, yeah, she gives such great information. If I join her list, I'm going to be able to get the same information. Maybe you can offer a gift. If you offer a gift, people are going to be more likely to go and join your email list, and then make sure you nurture that list. Have a lot of respect for those people that have joined your list, because people hate spam. So when you connect with them, make sure you're providing a lot of value on a regular basis. And when they have become comfortable, they've begun to trust you, they like you, they will buy from you. So this is one of the best ways, I think, to build a list. Is this way. If you make it a commitment that for the next 30 days, I'm going to do Facebook videos every single day, and I'm going to post it, I'm going to ask people to share, and then see, hopefully by the end of the 30 days, you will have a list in the hundreds. Another way that you can do, and this is how I grew my business when I started out, like I said, it was a big fat zero on my list. When I started out was I did a telesummit, and I invited experts, energy healers, and they all promoted. They already had existing lists, so we all promoted, and I ended up with a list of almost, I believe it was 3,500 people in that 1 month. That doesn't happen anymore. That was a while back. The number of opt-ins now, if it was a new telesummit, would be pretty low. But it happened then, and that's a really good way to still do it, is inviting people that have lists, arranging an event for them, and then growing lists. The downside is that people that have lists are not going to want to be a part of an event that is organized by someone that doesn't have a list. So that's kind of the downfall to that, unless you can just offer your services in a really great organizational skill. So if you have great organizational skills and you can organize the event for them, and they can all share content and material, and you get to grow your list, that's definitely a possibility. The last possibility on how to grow your list very quickly is what I wanted to talk to you about. So with your permission, I want to talk about TSSC, which is the Telesummit Superstar Coaching Program. That program is my baby. I am very proud of it. It has helped healers from around the world that were gifted, and they knew they could help people. They were yearning to share their gift in a big way on a global platform, but they just didn't have the ability. They didn't have the traffic, they didn't have the reach, and they didn't also know how to. So they needed coaching in creating the programs, they needed coaching in marketing, they needed support in providing the platform. That is all covered in TSSC. Telesummit Superstar Coaching Program. It is truly a done-for-you program where we hold your hand, we guide you through the process, not only guide you, but I have my team of marketing experts, technology experts, because I know many of you hate technology. It's like when I talk about opt-ins, you just go, how do I even create that? So all of that is the technology, the marketing, the training, the selling, and then the traffic, the platform. It is all covered in the program, done for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. The only thing you have to focus on is creating what we go through together. We have a session, I help you create your package. I use my expertise of years to help you create that package. And that is my genius zone, by the way. That is my gift, is the ability to heal energy healers' businesses financially and make them successful by creating programs that sell and providing the platform for it. We also have been working diligently since the Telesummit started, from heartache to joy. We are now one of the top energy healing telesummits in the world globally. We have gathered a huge audience of thousands of people that have raised their hands to say, I'm very interested in energy healing and I want to heal my life challenges through energy healing. And so we are constantly and always looking for gifted energy healers that are ready to be showcased in front of the world. And that's what TSSC does. So if that resonates with you, if what I have been teaching you seems interesting and something you want to go deeper, excuse me, and you want to find more information about TSSC, then please just send us your name and email address below. And what we will do is, I have done a webinar which gives you all the details, everything you might want to know about TSSC. There's a Q&A at the end. It'll tell you everything about what the program is about, what else is included in there, because there's a lot more included in there. It also talks about your opportunity to actually be on From Heartache to Joy as a featured speaker, and what does that mean, the cost, and all of that is covered in that webinar. And so if you're interested, please just send us your name and email address, and you'll be given different options on your availability, how you would like to receive that webinar, and you can go through it. And then if you're interested, you can apply. I can tell you a couple of things. I am deeply honored that I've been able to help so many healers that went through this program to literally change their business overnight. And I'm deeply honored and grateful and humbled to be able to say that, because we worked together. They brought their gifts to the world. I combined it with my gifts of marketing and business, and it was a huge success. And I call it a win-win-win, because it's a win for my company, it's a win for the healer, and it's a win for my clients who get to meet amazing healers like yourself that are gifted and that can help them. So the other thing I want to say is that it is a very exclusive program, because we really are serious when we say that we are looking for healers that are sure about the results that they can deliver, that they are confident that they have a gift that can really help people. That if only they knew how to create the products, or if only they could be in front of the right group of people, then they know that this is all that would take. That's the kind of person we're looking for. And we also offer a very strong guarantee. Just so you know, you'll get more information in the webinar. This is truly the only kind of program in the world right now for energy healers, with the level of coaching that we provide, with the level of support, the done for you aspect of it, and lastly, the guarantee. Whatever money you put into the program is 100% protected. We attach a very strong guarantee that if you're not able to recoup your monies, then we will refund whatever is owed to you. And that makes it one of the most high integrity coaching programs that are out there. Because frankly, I am not interested in selling you a coaching program. Simple as that. That's not my interest. I am interested in finding high integrity, high value, gifted healers that can become business partners on this really highly acclaimed platform From Heartache to Joy, where we can together prosper and we can together help bring healing to people from around the world. That is truly the divine feminine business model, if that resonates with you, that I follow. So it has been an honor to share this information with you. If the 3 sections that I covered help you and you are confident that you can move forward and you can create success in your business, I am super excited, super happy for you. That is fantastic. You still might want to opt into our list for TSSC though, because we will be happy to send you a gift of part of our audio coaching program that will benefit you more. And if you are interested in receiving more information about TSSC, just make sure you send in your name and email address. You too will receive a gift, and you will be invited to join the webinar that gives you more information about how to become a speaker on From Heartache to Joy by going through this program. I will tell you that we're very, very selective. Not everybody is a right fit. Sometimes you're not a right fit right now, but then we give you instructions on how to become the right fit and what you need to do. And then sometimes we're saying, hey, wonderful to meet you, welcome. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this was of value to you. If there are any questions that I can help answer, please let me know. Lots of love and best of luck. I know you're going to do awesome.